Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Cherie and this is Lady Red Lifestyle. So in today's video, we'll be going over my everyday foundation routine. It's rather simple and easy. All of you guys can do it. So if you are interested in how I do my foundation, a little bit of highlight and contour, well, you know what to do. So my face has already been cleansed and moisturized about 45 minutes ago. I want to allow my skin to absorb all of that moisturizer so it won't be oily or slick. Now, if you're interested in any of the products that I use, I will have a video linked down below for you. So next we want to go in with a primer. Use whatever primer you love and adore, but this is what I'm using currently. MAC Prep and Prime, and this is the Skin Refine Zone Treatment. And this product, you only need a little, and I mean a little, about this much. So I only add it to this area right here. You can add it to your T-zone if you like, but all over the face, I don't recommend it. And for video purposes, I'm gonna continue, but I would allow that to sit for at least a minute or two. So I would work on my eyebrows before I added my next primer. So the other primer that I use for all over is by Natasha, the Silk Canvas. This is a pretty pricey primer, and that's why I love Sephora. Listen, if you're interested in trying something but you don't want to commit, Sephora. You know what I'm talking about. So I place this all over. You can use a brush. I just use my fingers. It helps warm up the product. And right around this area, I press it in because we need that pore refiner to work. And once again, I would let that sit for a minute or two. Sometimes we wonder why our products don't work. It's because we don't allow it to work. We don't give it the time that it needs. And I think it's important to allow things to sit and chill for a minute or two, let it do what it do, and then go in with your next product. So after you allow that to sit, you go in with your foundation. Now this is the foundation I use. This is MAC Studio Fix Fluid SPF 15 in the color NC45. It looks really, really yellow. It is yellow, but really yellow on camera. So I use a blender as my tool to apply my foundation. You can use a brush. Sometimes brushes leave streaks, but you can use a brush and then go over it with a sponge. I have it on the back of my hand. See, yes, it looks really, really yellow, and I think that's the lighting. You can dab it on with your finger. Whatever makes you happy. So I start adding my foundation in this area first. Tapping. And FYI, my blender is wet. And wring it out really, really well. So as far as color correcting, occasionally I do it, and I mean occasionally. Rare that I color correct. I only do it for like weddings and stuff like that. Weddings. Why? Because I have this thing about makeup. Like if you just go all in all the time, you don't look different to yourself. Do you know what I mean? Comment down below if you know what I mean. Bring it down. We don't want any lines of demarcation. If you wear a full face of makeup every single day, right? Then you get dressed and everything, and you just don't look different to yourself anymore. It's because you've gotten used to seeing yourself like that. So I like to save some of the heavy hitters for when your girl's going out, right? That's what I do. Because I like to look different to myself too. I like to look at myself and be like, oh yeah, you did that. But if you did that every single day, It just looks like your everyday face routine. That's what I'm talking about. If you have any issues with redness or anything, go ahead and color correct. A lot of people, if you notice, don't go really heavy with the forehead with foundation because a lot of wrinkles right here. So I don't go too heavy with the foundation on my forehead. And this foundation is medium coverage. I don't get the sense of full coverage with this. If your hair is covering your ears, you don't have to do this, but if not, get those ears, get all around here. So if you take a good look at my skin, you can see some of my imperfections showing through. It is okay. I do not have full coverage on. You can add on another layer if you choose, but it is super hot and it is summer. So we've been hitting like 108. So yes, this is good enough for me right now. So I'm gonna go in with concealer, and this is my Pro Long Concealer from MAC in NC42. Kind of feather it out. Go to the other side. Where people mess up at is they'll go straight in after applying the concealer and blend it out. Let it chill for a second. It's like fine wine. Let it chill. You get more coverage if you just allow it to dry up a little bit, just a little. Not too much where you can't blend it out. And also, you know what concealer you're using. So if you're using one that dries up really quickly, then you know you have to work on it a little faster than most people do, or with other concealers. Now I tend to only highlight underneath my eyes. I don't go on the forehead, I don't. So while we're allowing this to sit, this is the powder that I use underneath my eyes. This is great for people who have oily skin. This is the original RCMA No Color Powder. Mac Daddy uses this. Wayne Goss uses this. Okay, I'm telling you, it looks like it came out of your pantry, but it works, and I think it only costs like $5. So now that this has been sitting, I'm gonna go in and blend. Press, blend. And the blender helps with the whole cakiness. I know a lot of people have issues with cakiness, but I've never had an issue with my makeup being cakey. Now I do remember when I was in high school, all the girls used to have their foundation compact, right? With their sponge and everything. I do remember seeing the girls' makeup cakey. And I think because they just applied makeup all day. All day. I saw them with that. My parents didn't allow me to wear makeup, so I didn't have any, but I do remember sitting in class and seeing everyone apply their makeup, and I'm like, I did see cakiness back then. And that's because a lot of them had acne, so every time they put foundation on there, you know that dry skin, it would build up. So my powder, I put in the lid, and I'm gonna dip into that using my same blender. A lot of people change blenders. It's not necessary. So the same one. Tap the product. My sponge is still damp. It helps to not allow the powder to sit on the skin. Underneath the eye, tapping. I do not bake. So if you're into the baking technique, that's fine. You can do this and let it sit, but I don't bake. This powder, I'm telling you, like for oily skin, it works. If I allow it to bake, it's just too dry. It's very drying. Now I don't have huge problems with lines underneath my eyes. And then I take the same powder and go on my smile line. I've said this to my family multiple times. One day I'm gonna get Botox in my smile lines because they are deep. I don't think I got on YouTube and switched up. I'm telling you right now. She's gonna get some fillers right here. So I'm gonna do something I don't see people do on YouTube, but hey, she's a trendsetter. So next I go in with my bronzer. Now because my foundation is a liquid and I'm gonna go on top of that with the powder, I feel like it's more pronounced. Like that liquid and the powder from the bronzer, it's there. It's just right there so you can see it. So I don't have to spend more time just adding more bronzer to build on it. That's what I'm saying. So the bronzer that I use is from Becca, Ipanema Sun. And look at this. You won't see this going on with any of my other products. Oh, my foundation, that's it. But yes, pan all the way. Fit that brush right in this space, the hollows of your cheeks. Right there. And kind of feather it up. Because your face is not sloping down, so. So I do have another color if I choose to contour, but I use bronzer for the most part. I prefer that. It just brings life to your skin. More color. Into my eyebrows. You want to kind of rub that line out. So with the butt of my blender, I'm just gonna go over this area right here. So it looks seamless. And I would say this is more of an everyday foundation routine. This is not you hitting the club up or anything like that. So now I'm going in with another foundation to set our liquid foundation. And this is by MAC. This is the Studio Fix powder. Pan. Believe me, I have a backup of this one and the liquid one. So this is NC 44.5. I'm going to take my big brush, tap that out, and just go over on my neck, pressing that foundation in, my nose, for my ear. See how it smooths everything out? It just looks smooth. So I was like, should I show you guys? This is more of an everyday foundation routine, but if you want to hype it up to another level, like I said, you would put a little bit more product, but you don't want to be cakey. But let me show you. This is what I highlight underneath my eyes when I want to take it up another level. And this is my contour color. Now this is all from MAC. I'll probably have it linked down below. I don't know what the name is. I don't know how to get it out. Because once I put it in, it stayed in there. So let me show you how I use the powder underneath my eyes. Same blender. Go in damp. I did not re-wet it or anything like that. Don't do that. So this is when you want to take it up a notch. You see that? You see that? How it really brightened underneath my eyes? Like, that's when you want to take it up. Emerald Lagasse, a notch. Like I said, this is not for everyday wear. This is when I want to, like, girl, I'm going out. I'm doing a darn thing. That's when you do this. This is not an everyday thing. Press into the skin. And I would actually add more bronzer to this. So now let's talk about finishing powders. I have the Hourglass. This is the translucent setting powder. It's called Veil. This has little sheen to it. I don't like this during the summer, okay? Because it has that sheen. And girl, it's hot outside, so we don't need that. The other powder you can use is by Jaclyn Hill. I have the color Brilliant, and this is a luminous powder. Another thing, gorgeous, but not during the summer. So what I use during the summer is that same powder, my powder brush, and I will put this all over my face. Just a little. Now this is not a finishing powder. It's not going to minimize your pores. It's not going to do any of that. It is just going to help keep the oils at bay. Press into the skin. We don't want to remove our makeup, because a lot of these big brushes, that's what they do. They remove your makeup. So press it into the skin. Press, press, press. So because we didn't add any of those luminous powders, I'm gonna go in with a highlighter. And this is from Anastasia in So Hollywood. You can spray your brush if you like. Go over my nose, the tip, there. This is my favorite blush by Cargo. This is in Laguna. My favorite blush. Going with that. Add some more color to the skin. I love blush, so I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna stop playing around. I'm gonna go in because I love blush, especially the fact that I'm not gonna have like crazy eye makeup on, so I love blush. Bring it all the way up. This is beautiful just to go to work. I mean, yes, hit the office. I know y'all probably like, I don't have time to do all that. So once again, go over your makeup with your blender, with the butt of it, just to make sure there are no lines of demarcation. Make sure everything is seamless. Pressing everything into the skin so it looks skin-like. If you like, you can spray your blender with any type of mattifying spray to seal it all in. Now, this is the spray that I use. I'm just gonna show you. This is not my holy grail mattifying spray. Now, I have the video link down below explaining to you why I got it, but my holy grail, yes, I'm gonna say that for a special video. Nice. A nice mister on there, a nice mister, and then go over that. Now I'm gonna go off camera, do something with these brows and these lips, and I will be right back. So I am back. It has been a second for you and probably an hour for me. I could not find my eyelash glue. But anyhow, as far as my eyes are concerned, I'm using Caliente by Artist Couture. I will have a video link down below for you guys. And my lips, I'm using Morphe lip liner in High Maintenance and MAC Lady Danger. So yes, I think that's it. I think we went over everything. This is an easy foundation routine that anyone can do. I believe I will start breaking them up into like summer foundation routine and winter foundation routine. There are slight differences, but for the most part, this is just an everyday foundation routine. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.